Hey, how's everybody doing? I know we got Mini Summit going on and we're at Palm Angelo School, Fort Myers, and Kelly Cardenas is in the house. We got the famous Kelly Cardenas retreat going on, which is everybody, especially in Michigan's favorite thing to do. We have 6 future professionals down here right now. They're in the class with Diana Montaloni and working on their hands-on training. And we just really wanted to have you share with all the learning leaders in all 3 of Tina Black's schools. We have Mini Summit going on right now, and we really wanted you to share with the learning leaders what you would love to see them do to set the future professionals up for success, A, and then B, how can the future professionals get hired in your salon? How can we better prepare? I want to fill up your salons with our future professionals with Tina Black schools in your salons, because the reason is because they're absolutely tremendous. I just had some experience in the Carlsbad location, as everybody knows, because I've been bragging, but staying there at the loft to get to go downstairs and get my hair done, and I literally felt like I died and went to heaven. I have never seen a salon work as well as your salons, Kelly. They always have so much teamwork and working together, and I know that doesn't come easy. That comes with a lot of preparing of your staff to get there. And my goal, what can we do differently to better prepare so it's a little bit less work for you as you prepare your stylist for your salon?
Well, what we've been able to do, and I'm glad that I get a chance to be able to talk with you personally, and I get a chance to be able to have some time with the school owners, because for us, that's our main focus. I mean, I would much rather only have Palm Angelo graduates in every one of our salons. That's I think, the ecosystem, and that's the reason why we're doing it. What we would like to look at is we always look at the root of the challenges that we have. Main challenges generally don't come from the technical side. They come from, we broke it down into 4 different sections on how to be able to evaluate and set someone up for success. So I wanted to kind of go through those with you. That way the learning leaders, for you learning leaders that are working with these 4 principles that we have, we find that once you do the first 3, the 4th one will follow. The first of the 4 is personal. So we ask a future professional or the learning leader to help navigate with the future professional what personal challenges they're having, whether that be relational challenges within their life, it could be physical challenges, it could be mental, it could be all these things, to be able to not so much make them perfect, but to get on a track to be able to make them better and have a track for them and a pathway for them to be able to make those things better within their lives. The second one would be financial. Now, this is probably, I think you can argue that this could be number 1. But financial, a person with debt is not themselves. A person ridden with debt, you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And this is a challenge that I've had in the past, where a future professional has come in, been so ridden with debt that they are so focused on having to make so much money that they can't perform, that they can't focus on the guests that sit in the chair. So what I would suggest is, help from a learning leader standpoint, have them, not that they need to be a financial planner, but have them address their financial issues. Have them address that part and have them on a plan of, this is how we're gonna, get you working towards your, paying off your debt, or just on a track towards it where they have a financial plan. Number 3 would be spiritual. And this is a great thing, because the Palm Angelo schools, you guys always have done that there's a greater purpose than yourself. And if your end all is just you being successful, when you become successful, or however you deem it, it's never going to be worth it. It's still going to be empty. So you have to have something outside of yourself. You have to have a greater purpose in what it is that you're doing. Otherwise, you're never going to be happy even when you hit your goals. We find when you hit the personal, get those taken care of, those relationship parts, the things that you're dealing with in your life, your financial, you get your debt on the way to being able to be in a great situation. And your spiritual, that you realize that there's something greater than you, your professional side falls right in line. I've never questioned your professional tactics, because all those 3, the first 3 were in line. And if you're free to just practice on cutting hair, on coloring hair, on doing long hair styling, and you don't have to worry about your personal, your financial, or your spiritual,
right,
you can become the greatest hairdresser. And honestly, that's what we're looking for. So we work more on the person than we do on the hairdresser, because we feel that we want great people who happen to do hair.
And we've already seen our future professionals breaking records since you've been there. And I think that's really awesome. I'd love to see that growth pattern too. So what else do you see professionally that we could do in our Paul Mitchell schools?
I think the number one is just efficiency. And when I say efficiency, we call it filler moves. So anything that doesn't get you to your desired result immediately, remove it from your routine. And this is as simple as picking the hair up 5 times before you comb it. These kind of things, taking those filler moves out, this can take away so much time and it can make things so much more efficient. I think the second thing would be reaction time. So from the time that you say it to the time that it's actually being done. And this is a thing that I would say that, I mean, all of us need, you know, as soon as we have a task, or as soon as we're articulated a task, that we instantly get into it.
And so talk about that. What could you see the learning leaders do a little bit more of to coach the future professionals on the clinic floor to help them to more teamwork going on?
Say for instance, I just got a chance, I observed 2 future professionals. One was curling the hair, the other one was curling the hair, both on their mannequins. So I grabbed both of them and I said, well, one of you hold hair for the other and watch how they're curling, and when you're done, you become the stylist, they become the assistant. What I found is they did it in half the time that it took them on their own to be able to do it. Plus they learned twice as much because they were watching it and then they got to do it and that person was watching it. So working in a team that way is going to get them ready for the salon, because as we train as an individual sport, sometimes when you train as an individual, it's very hard to go back into working with a team. But if you start off with a team, it's very easy to transfer into that. So we've had kids literally jump out onto the floor and have absolute crazy success, amazing success, because they allowed it in their mind. We've also had kids that have struggled, and most of the time, because they didn't allow it in their mind.
Yeah.
And if they stay humble, they stay learning, and they stay coachable, they grow. When they say, I am, check me out, let me show you this, they do. And I find that those are going to be, and because I've seen a kid with absolute phenomenal technical ability that says, you know what, I'm going to show you and I'm going to do all these things, and you know. Whereas I have the kid who says, you know what, I'm passionate about what I do, I absolutely love what I do, I love people, and I'm going to make sure that my team is always taken care of, and that kid grows every single time.
So you heard it here, you guys, you know how to get hired in a Kelly Cardenas salon, and trust me when I tell you, it really is well ran. And I highly recommend learning leaders, if you haven't been to an academy or been just to one of the salons, just get a service, you know, fly out and get a service and see what it's like in there. It's just absolutely incredible, and my hopes and dreams are that every salon across the nation can really have this training. So I think it's awesome. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Happy Mini Summit.